Hey everyone, welcome back to some Blood Crest Manor content. So today I was going to bring you guys along for upgrading and changing this pumpkin that I got from Home Depot. This pumpkin was in the 2022 lineup for Home Depot's Halloween merchandise, and I got it for 50% off, basically for 12 bucks after the season was over. I thought 12 bucks for this was a really good deal. So I went ahead and got it, and I like it, but yet I'm not too impressed with it at the same time. Very happy for 12 bucks, but not happy enough to put it in my haunt. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do some upgrading and some changing to this pumpkin, and I'm going to turn it from a pumpkin to a jack-o'-lantern. The big difference between a pumpkin and a jack-o'-lantern is a jack-o'-lantern has cutouts. So all these sections that you see in between these ropes are going to be cut out so that it's a jack-o'-lantern and not just a blow mold pumpkin. And I'm also going to go in, I'm going to give it a base it out in black, and then I'm going to go through and I'm going to give it a whole new color scheme. It'll definitely be somewhere in the same ballpark as this, but it will have touches of orange. The ropes won't be the same color, that way they stand out. They'll be more of like a twine-esque color. But by the end of it, I'm really hoping that this turns from a $12 store-bought prop into what looks like a high-dollar triple-digit prop, or even as good as one of my other pumpkins like this one. If I can make him even remotely as cool as he is, then we'll be very happy. But alright guys, that's it for now, and I'll be seeing you guys in just a minute. Booga 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 booga. Hey everyone, so we're going to go ahead and get into the next stage of transforming this pumpkin from Home Depot into a gorgeous Halloween prop, or jack-o'-lantern. Right now, as you can see, the edges of the pumpkin where I used the zip cutter are very rough with the type of plastic that they use on these blow molds. And all I'm going to do is get all these off and make it smooth. Now there's two ways to do it. One, and which I talked about in an earlier video as well. One, I could take my rotary tool, the sander tip, and just come along all these edges and smooth them out that way. That would take me a minute, and it would also be pretty difficult for some of these inner edges. Or I can do what I want to do, and I'm going to try to use the lighter and just melt the edges so that it makes a nice smooth edge. Obviously the right way would probably be the rotary tool. However, I do think that this works just as fine as well. But I am want to warn you, if you go to do this yourself at home, that this can be very dangerous, especially with plastic. I've never done one with plastic. I've done a lot with the paper mache, and just burning the edges of paper ain't nothing. But this, I've never done it before, and I'm actually kind of curious if it's going to work. So we're going to see, and I'm going to bring you guys along with me. So we'll see you in just a moment. Woo! Hey everyone, welcome back to the next phase of getting our Home Depot pumpkin into a Blood Crest worthy jack-o'-lantern. Now I think we're going to go ahead and give this guy the nickname of Stitch. I know that's a little cliche, but at the same time I kind of like it and it kind of fits, so that's what we want to go with. So for the next step, I'm going to go ahead and base this guy out in black. I'm not a big fan of the overall paint job of this guy. In general, it feels very monotone, and I think we can do a lot better than that. Plus, painting it's going to cover up all of these pesky cut lines and the color in there. So it should help overall make it look a complete piece. And I'm also going to go ahead and, after I'm done with the base of black, I'm going to come in and want to dry brush a pumpkin burlapish texture on everything except for the strings, and then on the strings I'm going to give it a like more of a twine color, more like a hayish color. The stem is also going to be green like a normal pumpkin. So this guy's about to get a full-on makeover, and I'm going to bring you guys along with me. So see you guys in just a minute. Wooga, 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 wooga. Hey everyone, so we're going to go ahead and get started on the next stage of transforming our Home Depot pumpkin into a Blood Crest jack-o'-lantern. Now in the last segment I went over about basing him out in black and things like that. I was going to have a video of me doing that, but unfortunately the video didn't come out for some reason. But so unfortunately, you guys aren't going to be able to see me doing this guy, basing him out in black, but it's really not a ton to see anyway. All I did was went in with a paintbrush, got him completely blacked out all the way around. Of course, the inside I left the same. It's already a decent color for what I'm looking for the light to reflect off of. So I'm not going to be doing anything with that. But so that's all you guys missed, but we're going to go ahead and move on to the next step, and that's going to be the dry brushing. Now for dry brushing, you want a brush that either A, you don't really care about, or B, is kind of bristly. A good example of that is these brushes right here. That can kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. Basically, these are dollar dollar store brushes. Dollar Tree, in fact, sells these in a pack of 3. It's an inch, a 2 inch, and maybe a 2.5, something like that. But they work really well for dry brushing, and they're really cheap. So that's a good combination. So unfortunately, you can only do one color at a time with these paint brushes though. So for example, I'm going to start with brown on this guy. And I can't use that brush to do the next color afterward because it'll be wet from where I washed it out. So you need a few of these if you're wanting to do it in one setting like I'm about to do it. But I'm probably going to do it's already based out in black. I'm going to do a dry brush of brown on everything first. And then I'm going to start doing more of like patches of orange, patches of burlappy feel. And all these twine areas are going to be turned into, like these right here, they're going to be turned into more of like a twine look than the rest of it. So it's going to have a lot of different colors going on than what you're seeing now and what it was before. But you guys will get to see the end product here in just a minute. So stick with us and I'll show you how it's done. Woo! So we just got done with the dry brushing stage, and he is looking really good. He is really coming together well. So as you can see, he really pops much better with all those with these different colors than he did just as that monotone burlap color. Once I put a light in him, he's really going to pop. But Stitches here, or Stitch, whichever we want to call him, has only one stage left before he is finished, and that is the spray finish. And for him, we're going to be going with this Krylon matte finish. This works really well. Once you spray it on, the acrylic's not going to crack or come off. At least if you're treating it right, it isn't going to. It should seal it in really well for a really long time to come, and protect it from the sun, water, rain, things such as that. But alright guys, so I'm going to bring you guys along for that final stage, and then this guy, Stitches, will be ready for the show. So until then, I'll see you guys here in just a minute. Hey everyone, so welcome back to the final stage of getting Stitch, the jack-o'-lantern here, all finished up. All he has to do now is go through his spray finish, which isn't very much, but I figured I'd go ahead and take you guys along with me, so you guys can see how it's done, or at least how I do it with him. So once this is done, he'll be ready to go completely, and that'll be it. But alright guys, I'll see you in just a minute, and hope you enjoy.